Somewhat appropriate, the last horse that you saw there, Paramount Prince, in the opening, because that horse is going to be in the entries coming up this weekend. Another, not horse, but human. Elisa Blow in the entries as well this weekend. And alongside yours truly, that being Jeff Bratt, as the Saturday program looks to be fantastic. You and I were just talking off camera.
Do you hear what I hear?
Do you hear what I hear? No.
I thought I heard a little thunder.
A little thunder? Wouldn't surprise me. Would not surprise me. So yesterday we had a fundraiser for Thoroughbred Aftercare, the Ontario Standardbred Adoption Society, Long Run, and Thoroughbred Aftercare as well. We had some people from the backstretch competing. We had some employees as well. We had some injuries.
Oh, yeah?
Poor Santino de Paula. He went down. Tore a hamstring.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, so it went down. But anyways, we had a fundraiser yesterday, and it was really hot, and the skies opened up.
Yeah.
But we braved through it, Elisa.
Yeah, but I heard you had a couple of famous Morans that were competing against each other yesterday.
We did. And the most famous of them lost. Pietro.
I heard.
He went down defeat. Yes, lost to his older brother, that being William. These kids, it makes me sick how athletic they are, because I have not an athletic bone in my body. They ran a mile and a half in under 10 minutes.
Good for them. Well, they're young and they're fit. They're athletes. I mean, they should be able to do that. If you can walk a mile in, let's say half an hour, I'd be very proud of you.
Half an hour.
At a nice
brisk pace.
Nice brisk pace, yes.
But what do you make of the race placement for Paramount Prince and his comeback?
It's
the fact
interesting.
They went onto the turf.
Yeah, it's interesting. I gotta say, I didn't use them, because I think the race comes up very, very tough. Yeah, you can actually hear things starting to move around outside. Robert was 100% right. This weather has been all over the place. Yesterday it absolutely poured. I know in my area we got flooded in some regions, like in St. Catharines, in the barn, of course. It happened. Just can't take that kind of water. And now we're looking at a heat wave coming up too.
I know. And then there's another wrench in the plans that were unfortunately in the plans, not really by plan, that's not really a great term, but it's happened. So we should explain what has taken place with all the scratches here today. So there has been an EHV1 positive. So essentially what they have to do is they have to shut down that barn. It goes into quarantine. So other horses in that barn are quarantined and they're being tested. Any horses from that barn are going to be scratched from the races this weekend. So if you're noticing a little bit more in terms of scratches, that's why.
Well, yeah.
Then we had a double whammy today. We came off the grass. So there's more scratches there. So this is something that you can't mess around with.
Nope.
You have to keep really on top of it. So Woodbine is doing their due diligence right now by saying, okay, with that barn shut down, and thus we just have to wait future testing results.
It's not something that other racetracks haven't had to deal with either.
It happens.
I mean, this happens, but the important part is that we are very biosecure with that outfit. You know, it can be transferred from human to horse. So you have to be really, really careful what you do. You know, you have to kind of step into different kind of pools of water that'll clean you before you go in. You should be taking off all your clothes, putting on a new set of clothes if you're planning on going into the barn and leaving the barn. It's really, really important that we be very biosecure as well. The people who interact with those horses. And I know too, you know, I've seen this happen not only here for us in the past, but at other various racetracks and even show barns. We have a vaccine for it. I use it, but you know, it's just like humans. It's so important to be vaccinated.
Anyways, Woodbine's on top of it. We're going to keep you updated on that situation and hopefully have some positive updates in the not too distant future in that regard. Speaking of positive updates, we'll go back to last Sunday right here at Woodbine. Favorites did not have a good day at the office. Lane won one race the entire day. Mr. Hernandez had a good day, and I love this last ad. This is one of my favorites. I love when this happens. 10 different trainers won races on the program.
I like that too. Yeah, you know, you and I thought we were just having a really bad day at the office, and then, you know, we get this tweet at the end of the day. We have a young man who keeps track of all of our picks. Yeah. And I left here, you know, thinking, well, there you go. Just,
egg on your head.
Yeah, exactly. And then boom, boom. I'm like, I couldn't possibly have had the best day. You had a good day. I had a good day. A couple of other people, because we had 2 winners.
Yeah, it was tough sledding.
Yeah.
It was really, really tough sledding. Let's hope that new week brings us some winners here today. Obviously, the races have all been moved over to the all-weather surface. First race was scheduled for the all-weather. We will go on the all-weather. The clock, it's going to start ticking right now. Main 15,000 claimers in here. Now, my question to you is, what led to the big improvement with Brown Butter Sage last time out? Was it the drop in class? Was it experience? And now all of a sudden, you've add Lasix into the equation.
Yeah, well, it's another year too, so maybe there was a little bit of an issue as a 2-year-old, or maybe that 25 was just too tough. And maybe even that 15 that she raced in last start out came up a little easy. That could be it too.
Yeah.
But, I looked at this one's forward, backwards, and sideways to try and beat this 3. And I just can't see it. I mean, I would think maybe the best chance to beat the 3 horse would be the 1, Arstella from the Dunslow barn, because, this is a horse who last start out finished 4th, only beaten a couple of lengths. But other than that, I mean, you have some horses here who are coming back off of a lengthy time away from the races. Black Marsh hasn't seen the racetrack since 2023. You got a Fort Erie shipper coming in the 6, Noisy Girl. Her Obsession does switch riders up. They'll go to Flores as Sky Chernetz heads over to the Devin Gittins barn with Holy Moly Me Oh My. But I would say, in my opinion, it's a vulnerable favorite, the 3 in this race.
There are some horses, at least on the card today, they have to take advantage of the circumstances today.
Yeah.
This horse is one of them. The field's come up light. The 3-horse race, you've got to take advantage of that because the even money shot has been scratched. There's a ball of horse snatched, gets into a really easy spot.
Now.
You've got to take advantage of these opportunities while they're here,
that's
right?
What I was thinking. I mean, we're going to have maybe how many scratches do we have on the card? Maybe 8 to 10 scratches on the card today. And a lot of these horses that maybe were sitting as 2nd or 3rd selections are going to look at picking up 60% of the purse today, which is a good payday for a lot of these outfits.
Just going to stretch things out for the next point in here. And as we talk about Purr a little bit in this race, we'll get to Purr and then I'll stretch things out in here. So let's talk about Purr, because this is Perfect Girl in here. And Perfect Girl, 6-1 on the line. Now, do you think, in hindsight, the surface change helps out this horse today? Because last time out, won on the all-weather.
Yeah, but
or ran.
Yeah, but we're going to be on the main track. So, you mean the fact that we're staying on the main? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I looked up the horse on obviously the races on the turf, and they were tougher races. Went in for 40. I still had the horse on top though if we were on the grass.
Same.
I just wanted to see. But when that horse shipped up here from Turfway, I think we were all over it. I don't know if Drexler was the only one to go in, but it looked like a great claim. And the way it won, it looked like you got a nice new addition to the outfit.
It wasn't a claim, it was just a barn change. TC had the horse all along.
Oh, it wasn't? It wasn't claimed?
No, TC had the horse and they had it down in Turfway and then they brought the horse up to Marty.
Then was there another Perfect on the
There
year?
is. That was
got
the
me
Ethan
mixed
West
up.
horse that
That's
Fraser Abley rode the other day. That got claimed.
Right.
Yes.
That was Okay, so I got them mixed up. My apologies.
You know why? Because you're perfect.
I try my best. So I'll use the 8 over the 7 Zipfire, Cititard and Pietro Moran with this one, and then I'll toss in this 3-horse Miss Socrates on the drop.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot to get excited about in that first start back this season, but Katerina Vasileva's wasting no time dropping the horse in, and Our Lady has been a very good producer so far this year.
Point game against Salas and Dixon. They teamed up for a win on Sunday's program to have some success.
That's true.
They're hoping to keep that roll going. So let's now stretch things out a little bit in here as we talk about topic number 3 in this spot, because there's a bunch stretching out in this next tilt of the day. It's going to be race number 5 on the program in here. And here's a look at how they will line up in the starting gate. So we scratched the number 4, that being Wild Queenie. That one will not participate in here. You brought up a great point with Gabby Squared the other day, because I was saying to you during the race, I said, man, Gabby Squared looks good.
Yeah.
Looks really good here. And he said, Jeff, she always is in that spot, gives you that indication is going to win, and then flattens out.
That's what I've seen.
Yeah.
I mean, we might get a text to tell us something different from the racing manager, but what I have seen in those 3 races since coming back from Tampa is exactly the same thing. She makes that middle move and you go, here she comes.
Yeah.
And then
just can't sustain it.
Can't keep going.
Yeah.
So, what I do notice today is that they make a rider switch and they're going to give Leo Salas a shot on this one. He did get scored into the winner's circle for this barn. Was that last week or the week before with a pretty decent steer? Candid Candace is the way I'm going, and it's the way everybody's going in this spot. Second start off of the layoff, stretching back out to go a long distance that she will appreciate. Nobody's going long here for the very first time. Just a lot of these horses are going long for the first start this season. I did use the 7 as well, laughing out loud, because it's a Turfway horse, and those Turfway horses have done extremely well since coming up here to Woodbine. This one was a winner against 75 non-winners 2. And then I tossed in the 1 Ladies Rum, because it's a barn that both Jeff and I really respect. So I thought, why not take a shot on this horse?
And the barn's big horse coming back on Saturday's program.
I saw Ron's Gizmo.
So
I know.
Really
I actually put him in my ticket.
Yeah,
at the bottom, but I put him in my ticket.
He could be tough in there as we get set to go a mile to 16th in race number 5 on the program. That will start off the back half of the card. Were you ever a teacher's pet back in the day?
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely from grade 1 to maybe to the cuteness went away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because,
then I was a bit of a dunce.
Like as us on the show, we should not really have favorites. But there is a couple of teachers' pets that we have.
We do have some
and one of them
pets.
is Stolen.
Yes.
You know, that one, we kind of have a fond spot for this horse.
Well, so does Robert.
Yes. Now, do you think last time it was just too tough of a race, or what do you think?
No, you know what? Last time, if she's my horse, I'd want to try her in there too, right? Why not
100%.
take a shot at the other than category? And the other thing too is she can keep knocking on that other than door if she wants. It's good money, and she proved that she belonged in there. I thought, finishing fourth, only beaten 3 lengths. But we get her back here today to face these starters, and this is really where she can just clean up. Watch her with this closing kick. We showed you this replay before. It's the May 3rd race, her first race of the season, and from what we can remember, and Jeff keeps all his notes too, the track was pretty speed favoring that day, and then it did change a little bit later on as the day went. But this was a huge come from behind effort for a mare that I think everybody around these parts really enjoys watching run. Saheen Sabachi has to love riding her too, because you obviously need the pace to set up for her to get to close. And you'll have speed here from horses like Catherine's Gem. You'll have speed from Addendum likely in this race as well. Actually, I noticed Addendum made the Clocker report for the day today too, off of the Bullet Move in 59-3. I just love her, and I would always use her. To me, she's very, very reliable.
Hold up. Inquiry sign posted. Robert's favorite horse in this race, and he's cheating on Stolen with Gallyhead?
What?
Oh, this is outrageous.
Oh, this is interesting because, the whole Stolen, the name comes from Robert Geller losing his car, right? His car was stolen.
With 500,000 miles on it, and the guy's devastated. But anyways.
Exactly. So, going against the big horse there. Gallyhead, interesting. I do have the horse in my ticket.
Gallyhead was a welcome addition to us last season.
That's true.
And you know what was so interesting over the winter time was Sophia went down to Florida to ride the horse and then won.
And won too. Isn't that fun?
So
she's had some time in between, from a busy campaign last year where she started at Finger Lakes, then she came here, then she went down to Gulfstream. She's had a little time.
Do you have any, before I know Mike, we've run over time in here, but do you have any concern with the quick comeback with Stolen, the fact it's just 12 days back?
No, I think it's just this is the race. It was there, set up, let's go.
Okay, that's fair enough.
She's a cash machine.
Let's get to race number 8 on the day. This is a split of race number 6. We're now going 7 on the main track, and you do have a price play in this spot, and one that I was really cheering last time out. I remember this race vividly because you and I watched the race in the press box. You were cheering for a 4-5 shot in Limoncello Spritz, and I had this horse at 4-1, and you beat me, and I was sour.
That's right.
And then you said, Jeff, go home and have a Limoncello Spritz.
I said I'd have a few myself, and I did. Now, what's cool about that race is this horse led all the way, and then Limoncello Spritz switched to the inside, and the inside was just so alive that, it really did help this horse to win. But I'm going to go back to Veranda here today for conditioner Sarah Ritchie. I think this one could be a player at a really good price. I think the horse is at 10-1 or so, something along those lines, morning line. So I'm going to use that one up on top, 15-1. Hello, and then I'll use this 4-horse Abino Bay.
Abino Bay, yep.
Because this one ran 3rd in that first start back at 6.5. Now we'll go 7/8, I guess, today. So should be able to close up a little bit of ground here late in the game. And then I used the 2 spell check again for Siditard. He's changing riders. We had different riders. We've had Austin Adams, Hernandez. We went back to Hernandez. Now we'll go to Rico Walcott. It's going to be his shot to try and get this one to do something good today too. But then another part of me wants to look at Mobula for Nathan Squires, because the horse race against DeWolf and Salt.
Yeah, and Just Magnificent. This horse might get hindered a little bit by the surface change because Just Magnificent's run some monster races on the inside course. So I don't know if the speed will be as good, but
everything changes when the race switches.
That's the best race of the night from a betting point of view, the 8th race, and that's a Jackpot High 5 finale. We got plays.
Yeah, well, we had more.
Well, yeah, you're gonna have all kinds of red on your plays of the day. Aren't you? A couple scratched?
I think 2 of mine are out. Yeah, I know. I hear you. But my best bet's still there, Stolen. And you're not going to get any kind of a price on that horse. But like I said, we'll just key it for all our plays today. I think Jeff and I are going to key that horse in our pick 4, and my price play sticks around Veranda to play in race number 8. Miraculously,
I got out of this unscathed for whatever
reason.
Yes.
Look at you.
Now I'm taking a shot in this second race with a Julia Carey horse that took a lot of money first time out and did not run very well. and I'm going to keep a keen eye on that one. And this is Gloria. My value play is going to be Perfect Girl, coming up in race number 4 of the day. My multi-leg singles will be Candace, and then we have Stolen as my best bet, so I'm with you on that one. This is, as we take a look at the plays of the day here from our scribes, this is how my day is going. So I have my daily racing form PPs, and I have Saturday's program. So maybe you can take care of the plays of the day here while I grab the correct program, if you wouldn't mind.
All right, so Candace, we talked about this one from the Doyle Barn, which will be the top selection for Ron Gear King 2-1 morning line. And Gallyhead is the top selection from Doug McPherson, the horse that Robert also likes in race number 7 on the card.
There's going to be tension, man. Stone's not going to be happy, but Gallyhead's got a real shot. That's going to be a fun race between those two horses. Clocker time, you spoke of Addendum, and this barn's been very quiet.
Very quiet.
The Terra Nigel barn has been very, very quiet so far this meet.
I wonder if maybe because a lot of her horses competed over the winter months at Gulfstream, she's given them a little bit of a rest before bringing them back.
Yeah,
right?
but I like her. I think she does a nice job with her horses, and this is Addendum. And fast horse for sure. They might not catch this one here today. And working 59 and 3, getting ready. And this one will be coming up in what race does this?
This is in the Stolen race. Yeah, you know, everybody's kind of talking about that race. I know you think the 8th is a great race. It is a good race, but the Stolen race could be a good one too, because you'll have speed from Addendum. You'll have Gallyhead in that spot. Of course, we have Stolen that we'll be rooting for as well.
Yep.
It's a real jocks race. That one is a real chess match.
So there you go, Addendum. That is one that's made onto the Clocker Report board here today at Woodbine. And Ernie was actually doing some work on the old X social media site yesterday, because he takes entries once he's done clocking, and he was saying that there's lots of horses that have been working very well going on to Saturday's program.
Good.
So he's only got to narrow it down to 2 Clocker horses though, so I don't know how he's going to do that.
Okay.
But we're going to find out who he likes. They're coming up a little bit later on. And one of our favorite families, the Winterberry family, is represented with a first-time starter.
Half-sister that's going to compete.
We'll see if that one's got the quirks.
Well, Patrick said that she's better. She's better.
Yeah.
So maybe again, she could be a little quirky as a 2-year-old, but hopefully she matures as a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeff's Twitter's going off.
You got mail. Well, let's see.
Is it anything exciting that we should know about?
Let's see.
Is it the overnight for?
It's from Beth Blow, who says, "Son, you are doing a terrific job on the show. Love, Mom." Oh, isn't that a nice little moment? Oh, Beth, I love you too. When we come back after the commercial break, we'll get you all set for race number 1 on a breezy Thursday here at Woodbine.